Good morning, friends. My name is Suraj. I'm from Shiwalay School from class 12. I'm here to present you a story called A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings. This story was written by Gabriel Grace Marquez in 1955. Gabriel, Gabriel was one of the best novelists in the world and one of the best novelists in Spain. Spanish the best novelist and short story writer. Gabriel's genre of story was magical and he was magical writer. This story is based on human behavior toward the weak creature. This story explains this story can be explained in two perspectives. The first one is human behavior toward the weaker creature, and the second one is human curiosity of learning new things. This story was published in 1955. This story has some main character. First character is a couple named Pelayo and Elisenda, who used to live near the sea in the story. And the second character is a very old man who was came there by accident and couldn't fly. He had big wings that people could call him. People called him a old man with enormous wings. And another fascinating character of this story is church priest. He was a priest of the church and his name was Gonzago. And another character is neighboring woman. The name of neighboring woman is anonymous here. And last character of this story is a spider woman. She was, and in the story of a very old man with enormous wings, it starts with a nature defined seaside. There is a couple named Elisenda and Pelayo. One day, Elisenda and Pelayo was coming from throwing traps because it was raining there from 3 days, and many traps were came there, so that she was going to throw the traps. When coming from throwing the traps, she saw an old man with enormous wings. When she partly saw, she tried to speak with him, and she also tried to understand his language, but she couldn't. That's why she called her neighboring woman. Neighboring woman was kind of knowledgeable in these things, and she suggested them that the old man was come there to take their children, but he was old and he couldn't fly, so he didn't do that, and she suggested them to put that old creature in a henhouse. So they took it in a henhouse, and after knowing the creature, after the news of creature has come in this place, many people tried to come there, including the priest. The priest was Thor's father, and they called him to understand his language. They thought that it was godly and heavenly creature, that they called him to talk in a heavenly language. But when the when the priest came, there was a little conversation there, and when the priest started to talk, he couldn't understand his language. That's why he thought it a false angel. After this news spread, many people tried to come there and see the creature. Knowing that many people have come to see the creature, the Lady Pelayo, Lady Elisenda thought that it is a good idea to collect money from people to give to take the money from the creator, and she did so. She made a show where she used to show the creator collecting money from other people. When this news spread, many people came and Alexander earned good money. But after some time, there was another lady called Spider Woman came in the village. She had another different idea, and she had a different story. She said that one day she was gone to the party disobeying her parents didn't give her any permission to go to the party, but when she went and when coming from the party, she got lightning, and by that lightning, she became a Spider Woman. Knowing that many people tried to win to the Spider Woman rather than old man, because the cost of seeing Spider Woman was less, and the cost of seeing old man was kind of high. So many people went there, and after a few days, there was almost no one. And then the lady left the old creature, and the old creature spent there some time. And after some time, that old creature tried to fly, but at the first he couldn't, and then he flew away. After his flying, after his flight, the lady Elisenda felt a kind of relief, and the story ends here. This story has two perspectives. First perspective can be referred as human behavior toward weak creature, how the people how the people in the village make fun of the old creature, and they troubled him because it couldn't fly, speak, or do any movement. So they made fun of him. They troubled him. The another perspective of the story is human curiosity. The first curiosity in this story we can see is a human curiosity for learning new things. In the beginning, they became curious about learning the old man, but later they suddenly tried to learn about the spider woman. This explains how the human life is curious. Humans are being curious and learning new things, and by this way we can conclude that we should always respect our weaker creature, and we should always be curious. Being curious is part of human life. Even scientists become curious, and curiosity is part of life. Curiosity makes a person better, but dominating weaker creature makes a person kindness. So we should always be peaceful, and we should always love our weaker creature, and we should always be curious. That's the moral of this story.
Yes, Suraj, that's the moral. Good, very good ideas. This story is based on magical realism. What is magical realism, and how do you give examples of magical realism in this story?
The first magical realism can be referred as old man. He himself was a kind of unknown person to us. He had wings, which is kind of impossible. It is only possible in magical realism. And the second realism is Spider Woman. Since nobody had ever seen any Spider Woman, and that kind of out of the world, which explains the magical realism in this story.
How do you connect such elements, the old man and Spider Woman? What sort of things do they symbolize? How do you connect with real world?
Well, connecting old man with real world is our modern politics. Even more modern politics has a kind of domination to weaker creator, weaker people actually. The modern world is class division. High class dominate lower class, and the another spider woman is can be connected as human curiosity. That when people heard that spider woman is there, they became curious about learning new things. Even the famous scientist Albert Einstein said that curiosity is everything. He said that if I have an hour to solve a problem, I spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution, which explains kind of curiosity in the human life. That being curious about new things, learning new things makes person better can be explained in the spider woman context.
Okay, thank you. Good idea.